This is me, Cecil. Welcome back, guys, and it's great to be doing an audio. Finally! Let's get this pause at the 15-second mark at the 1x speed. Today features a dual feature with Rain's artwork, as well as one of the heroes that I believe are the most underused heroes in this game, and I am very glad to see this dude actually go into this game. That is none other than the Pitlord. And I'll go throughout this whole thing explaining why in the world the Pitlord was chosen for this match. This match being one of the BlizzCon matches between Grubby and Zacard, so we are not dealing with a bunch of noobs this time. So actually, without further ado, I guess we're ready to get this started. If you're not at that 15-second mark at that 1x speed, what the hell have you been doing? Let's hurry the pace up here. But if you're at that mark, let's get this unpaused in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. Let's put the view on one of the observers actually for this one. I'm not going to be specifically looking at one player through this whole entire match, so let's just put it on either Bunny or Kidartica. Either one is fine, whichever one you prefer. Anyways, nothing really too crazy to mention off of the start. Obviously having the best spots to put their burrows and their altar, just making sure that it's right by their gold mine, just so they can just quickly select those, bring them right to the burrow. It actually gives a very good spot for a surround, as once those peons leave their task to work, they actually have a collision size then, and when you have that little mesh of burrows and buildings and all that crap, it makes for a nice little surround if you get it right. And actually we'll see a little bit of that going on, I think, in Grubby's base for this game. And I actually did myself a favor and watched the replay before I commentated on it, so that way I'm not going to be totally out of the blue on, let me guess, most of the moments of the game, but hey, I'm making progress here. Anyways, what else can I mention? Nothing too much, other than there will be Pitlord action. They are going to first tech before they get their barracks, and hell, that's what we're just waiting for. We're waiting for them to get their heroes out to begin their scouting. Yep, they're starting their techs right now. Very, very close to themselves. They're making their buildings almost at the exact same time. Anyways, here they are. Heroes are out there. They're sending out their wolves, sending out their scouts. Not sending a peon scout. They're going right for the wood, and they will leave the scouting for their farseer. Anyways, they're getting ready to meet up real quick here. Grubby going for possibly a creep at this time. Well, it looks like Zacard is going just to go out there and get a harass going down. Perhaps if he went Blade Master, he can take out that shop, but it looks like he's not going that after he catches sight of one of the wolves. So he doesn't really care about that wolf. He's going right away towards Grubby's base. I bet he wished he had a wisp at this moment, but anyways, gonna go for some burrows under construction. Great move to do. Let me move my headphones out. Actually, just let me unplug those so you don't hear them in the background. Forgot to do that. Anyways, looks like Grubby is kind of lost at the moment, so he's just kind of waiting for him to get his ass over to Zacard and try to prevent that burrow from getting destroyed. Either way, those peons actually block some of the wolves from reaching that burrow in the background. Another advantage of having great positioning with your burrows. Base construction is pretty frickin' amazing. It's worth taking a lot of time into just putting into your mind there. I mean, for example, when I was playing in the online WCG, I was talking to Ghost Ride a little bit, and he was cool enough to let me do some practice matches versus him. And after a while, he said, "What the hell's up with your base? What are you doing with it?" And I really didn't pay too much attention to it. Well, we work on my base construction a little bit, and shouldn't you know, holy hell, it helps so frickin' much. My god, please, please make a great base. I've seen that many times now, and I have witnessed it firsthand of a game being lost or won due to base construction. And in this case, it looks like Grubby saved himself from a burrow. So both of them rushing to the middle right now. Here comes their hero choices. Totally out of the blue, perhaps unexpected, but we have our Pitlord and we have our alchemist. Oh yes. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, now it looks like Grubby's on the run because he did pick Chemical Rage for his first skill. Actually a pretty damn crazy skill, my god. If you ever see level 3 of that, yeah, you don't want to get focused on by that dude. My god, it's insane. Anyways, Grubby's on the run while at the same time Zacard's base is being pelted by molten fire. So as he gradually chips away at those peons, he's not really doing anything too crazy right now other than just putting pressure on Zacard's base, letting that Voodoo Lounge complete construction, which is pretty dangerous to do. I've seen other games where Grubby, amongst other people as well, have lost just because they have kept a very tight grip on this Voodoo Lounge. You have no idea how important that is for orcs to have. I've seen them where they're just sitting in the back of their base, waiting for that Voodoo Lounge to complete so they can actually move around the map. Frustrating as hell to an orc. It's just about as frustrating as destroying their burrows. So if you want to know a great way to piss an orc off, just keep a very tight vice grip on that Voodoo Lounge. That's like having a vice grip on their nuts. Hurts like hell, pisses them off, I would imagine. So think about their nuts here and then. Just get a nice vice grip around that. So anyways, apart from nuts, Grubby's gonna go off and try to creep, but at the same time he's gonna try to hold on to Zacard, just trying to hound his army with that pitlord. It's no demon hunter, but hell, it's making him at least waste some time trying to hit that pitlord, especially with that boots of speed. Makes it very convenient for him. At the same time, Grubby's going to go ahead and creep off those ogre warriors and all that camp just to get an expansion up here. And you will see why that decision was a very valuable choice to do. And at the same time, why using that pitlord just to keep Zacard in his place. I mean, he's still chasing him. He just stopped chasing him. He could have been creeping, perhaps, an expansion area. But no, right now he's forced just to let his Farseer take care of the pitlord while his army creeps some lesser creeps. While at the same time, Grubby's using his Farseer for creeping, much more effective than an alchemist in my opinion. Goes ahead, gets his expansion up there, and just that tiny little move right there, keeping that pitlord in his base, so Zacard takes a couple minutes just to try to attack that pitlord, just to make sure he's not going to use Rain of Fire on his stuff. You'll see how just that tiny little difference makes all the difference in the world later on as we see this game evolve. Grubby decides to open up with some Kodo Beast, which is, I think, a better decision to do as opposed to Zacard, how he's opening up with some Raiders. Now, that is because since his base is on the defensive right now, he also has some Kodos just to chomp them down and just run back to the base while he lets the burrows defend them. So he's in very good shape right now, despite how the fact that he's kind of hiding at the back of his base. Zacard's not going to go and deal a lot of damage to him now. Now since he has a couple of Kodos, and now since he has 2 Kodos, and he only has 1 Raider, so the trade-off is going to be a lot more beneficial for Grubby's part right now. Here you go, this is where you see how it's great to have those peons. Right there, boom, the guy's surrounded. The hell is he going to do? I don't know why he does this though. He moves his peons out of the way, puts them in the burrow. He's free. Alchemist is free. Damn it. But he does go for a surround, however. He gets his boots of speed. I mean, not boots of speed, speed scroll. And there's a very excellent use of that speed scroll as he at least tries to deal some damage by chucking an acid bomb at him. An acid bomb, let me tell you this, does a very nice job versus orc. Especially since they're so, armor happy. Why do you think the Archer dot strat pisses orc off so much? Not only the fact that they're being flung up into the air, but any unit that's on the ground, it's going to be -4 armor. It's going to be a lot easier to kill, especially with all the magic damage from these dots and the piercing from the archers. Minus armor is a lot more effective than you would imagine. And trust me, I know this from first hand, because I'm a, Night Elf player. Anyways, here's a very great decision by Grubby as well. He is also going to creep the shop that's closest to Zacard's base. Now, why would he do that? Why wouldn't he go to the shop at the north and not have to risk a creep jack so much? Well, for one, he's getting his base attacked right now, but another thing that he's doing, he's also trying to run for an expansion, which is quickly discovered by a very well-placed scouting wolf by Zacard. Also, well, right now, he does lose his bestiary. Just Farseer goes back, chucks another little attack at that, and that's that. But he is also trying to position a good surround on Zacard, just making sure that it's going to be harder for him to leave that area. Uses a speed scroll, and Orc saves the day with the speed scroll. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and try to eliminate that expansion, while at the same time, he's also getting some Spirit Walkers. Take a look at Zacard's base. Wow, verbal diarrhea. That's what it's called. Constipation of the brain, diarrhea of the mouth. Anyways, he's getting some Raiders and Spirit Walkers, and this, I think, it's not the reason which is going to finish the game, but I think it's a big impact on why Zacard has such a horrible time dealing with this. There's so many factors that I can mention, but Spirit Walkers, you'll see how that combines actually for Grubby's favor. But anyways, look at this, Zacard, he's going to try to creep the shop next to his base, but he was so, absorbed into being offensive onto Grubby, he has nowhere to go. Grubby just finished creeping the shop. He got another level on his pitlord. Got a lot of gold now from selling that horn. So he's got a great ground right now. He's in good shape. So right now he's going to go ahead and try to creep at the same creeps that it looks like Zacard is going after. Going to take out these golems. Going to get some mercs as well. It's kind of weird. He's sending his peons out there. But check this out. This is what makes it exciting. Wait, let me look at their heroes. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yep, this is the right battle. He's using frickin' Spirit Link, but at the same time, he's also using Rain of Fire, and also, to help with it, he used Howl of Terror. And Howl of Terror, my god, I don't know why people don't use the Pitlord more just for that skill. It is freaking amazing. It is a clusterfuck of awesome. That's what it is, alright? Anyways, look at this. How this Rain of Fire decimates Zacard's army just because they're all connected with that Spirit Link, and how it gradually deals all that damage. Look at his units now. They're almost all dead. Thanks to that last Rain of Fire, his units were probably in the orange right now. I mean, before he used that Rain of Fire, and now after he used it, look at his stuff. He just wrecked his shit. He's screwed. That hurt like hell. At the cost of a TP, he just destroyed his hero and all those units at the way end. That was actually complemented by that Spirit Link. And if I was expecting that to be used only for like creeping, or he uses, say, Spirit Link on his peons in his base, runs out and, has his army ready to go, but I don't know. I think it would be worse for Grubby if he used, hell, who am I to say? But anyways, the Dispel just to counter that Howl of Terror. Because think about it. Imagine, if you will, a level 3 Howl of Terror. It has a very short cooldown. By the time that the first howl that you use is over, the cooldown's ready for another. So you can constantly just keep a lock, a Howling Terror lock, if you will, on his army. And think about it. It's minus 50% damage. That is mathematically destroying half of their army, or half the effectiveness of their army right there, with a skill that costs 75 mana and has a fast as hell cooldown. Hell, I can't remember the cooldown right off the top of my head. But think about it. 50% of their damage gone. Half of their army. It's half effective. It screws them. That's a very good skill. It's even more insane when you're in team games, because there's no cap to the amount of units. All you have to do is position that Pitlord well. I would recommend having an invulnerability potion, because he kind of